want to try it, Thomas?
I don't know, like cosine A squared?
Yep, it'd be cosine A squared. That would be this one, right? You just did those two?
Yeah. Cosine B squared.
Cosine B squared is here. What do you do if you take cosine A times cosine B? What should we write it as? Can we put those together? Are they the same angle? Yeah, we would literally just write cosine A cosine B. You don't combine the A and B together. And that would be what? These two? But also we need to do these two, this one and this one, which is the exact same thing again, cosine A cosine B. So if I have -1 cosine A cosine B and a -1 cosine A cosine B there, if I put them together, I have what? -2. All right, so I'm going to write cosine squared A plus cosine squared B minus 2 cosine A cosine B. And I'm going to rewrite that right here with this. We're in the thick of it. This is the hardest stuff you've done. Don't be embarrassed. It is normal to be frustrated. And hopefully not too bored. Oh, it's both cosines, right? Okay, so far that is just this part. Right there. Now we got to do the other one. This is sine A minus sine B twice. You guys see how this is almost the exact same thing? Okay, so can somebody tell me what it is?
Sine A squared plus sine B squared minus 2 sine A sine B.
Right, this is exactly like the last one. Do you guys see how it's exactly like the last one? I want you to imagine that there's like a big square root over all of this. I'm just going to keep writing under here, sine squared A plus sine squared B minus 2 sine A sine B. All right, now I'm looking for a brilliant idea. Yeah, these are all under this square root. This is like a big, long, continuous square root all under here. But it's not a fraction, it's just I wrote it in 2 lines. Okay, I would like to give a prize to somebody who's going to have a brilliant idea right now, specifically about what's under this square root. There is a way to clean this up so fast, and I need somebody to have a brilliant idea of something we can do to clean it up really fast. You put your hand down, Crystal. Brilliant idea of how we can do this. Hands up high. 1, 2, 3. 2, Morgan. Good guess, but no. You cannot factor out anything right now. We're not going to make it worse. We're going to make it better. Calculator really wants to pick you. 1. No. That would be like factoring or something like that. No good. Mason?
So I have a question. Is the top one being added to the bottom one?
Yes, they're all being added.
So then, could you do, it's kind of like there's a cosine squared and a sine squared, which is like an x squared and y squared, which equals 1. So then you'd have two ones.
Right, okay, so these two go together and they become 1, right? Because cosine squared plus sine squared is 1. And these two go together, but they actually have to be paired that way. How come, Mason? Why do these two have to go together? Why can't it be this cosine and this sine?
Because they're a's.
Right, the a's go together, the b's go together. So this becomes 1 and this becomes 1. All right, so now I'm going to rewrite it. PQ equals the square root of, what's 1 plus 1, Mason?
2.
2. Good job. Killing it. Minus 2 cosine A cosine B and minus 2 sine A sine B. All right, and then we're going to leave it like that. In a minute, we're gonna set that equal to something else to solve for PQ. Mason, I'm giving you a pen. Good job. It's a really hard thing to do. Would you like a light green, a dark green, an orange, or a purple?
I would like a dark. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Anybody feel like dying yet? We're getting close? Okay, now we're gonna try the bottom circle. We're gonna make something that is equal to this, so I'm moving on to the bottom circle. This time I am going to draw the same thing, except it's gonna be a little bit closer this time. So do you see how last time I went out to there and this time I'm a little bit closer? I want it to look like this. So this time I'm going to put P right on the line, and Q is over here. And I'm going to make this angle the same as that same, I'm setting it up so that this is the same as that orange angle before, that this right here is A minus B. That means that this point is the cosine of A minus B and the sine of A minus B. Can anybody tell me the coordinate of P? It's right on the axis, and this is a unit circle. What's the coordinate of P? 1, 0. Go get a prize, Emma. Everybody understand why that's 1, 0? Because it's right on the axis? Yeah? Okay, now we're going to do the distance formula again. And I'm going to give out another pen, because I'm feeling so generous today. Only people who are not allowed to be in it are Mason and Emma. But if nobody else can get it, I'll give it to you guys too. All right, now I'm going to start. To find these differences this time, to find the differences, I need the difference between the x's. So I'm going to write the cosine of A minus B minus, what's the cosine over here, 1? Squared. Plus, and the other one is the sine of A minus B minus 0 squared. Okay. So I need somebody who is brave enough right now to try to do this math with me. It's almost the exact same math to the end. This minus 0 is going to make things a little easier over there, but this